Hi, I'm Jimmy Anti.
And I'm Daegen Michelle.
And Daegen and Jimmy are in the green room.
I already forgot what we said.
We said Daegen and Jimmy are in the green
Jimmy
room.
and Daegen are in the green room.
No, Daegen and Jimmy. It's alphabetical.
Daegen and Jimmy are in the green room.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, we're actually in the
interior, in our living room.
We're in the Interior Illusions Lounge.
Coming to you live from Chicago, Illinois. Daegen and I have been living together for a long time, since like 2019. We did drag together before we ever lived together.
Yes.
I feel like some of the best parts of a drag show are the conversations you're having, the shit you're talking with your friends, the banter, the back and forth.
Or like the Taco Bell after the show. Yes. Like you go to the chosen living room and everyone gets their like incredibly annoying Taco Bell order. Right. And it's even more annoying because we ordered it at 2 a.m.
And you spent $60 and had to wait an hour and a half in line for them to be out of half of what you wanted.
And then they all came to look at us too while we're sitting.
Because we're all in drag.
Well, started off drag.
That's the fun part. Or like I remember going to Steak and Shake in full drag. It's like getting your hair done and going and walking around Target after. Like it's like getting in drag and going to show it off because the bar closed at 1:30 and you're still going at 3 a.m.
Yeah, but we haven't been doing those. We haven't had those moments as much.
Right.
Because
we've been deprived.
We're in a new area.
City, new area. I mean, we're working. We're busy. The train's going by.
Right. City girls
make them wish like Ray J. Let me talk to them.
No, but we wanted to like record and for our own sake, record our own selfish personal histories, our own histories with drag.
We love talking about it.
We hear each other's stories, the same stories all the time.
And it's time we encapsulate them.
Yeah, like a time capsule. Maybe in 20 years we can do another podcast of us coming back and listening to our podcast now.
Should we like put on a piece of paper, Daegen and Jimmy are in the green room, and we just bury that?
And bury it under the train.
Yeah, literally under the train.
And they'll dig it up in 50 years.
Yeah.
And what do you think they'll think of us?
Just as I thought. Trash.
But yeah, that's what this is. This is us getting together, a reason to get in drag, and basically just talking shit.
Talking shit won't get you booked. When I hit the stage, I'm going to leave you shook.
No nails, no pads, no heels.
No lips, no lashes, no booking.
This is us talking shit in the green room, the proverbial green room, because here in Chicago, we're not booked and busy.
No.
We're
career girls.
We
work day jobs.
No, here's the thing. I love doing drag, but the girls here in Chicago are athletes because they will start drag. Like they will start with like an early, like a viewing party that starts at like 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So, which if you're at the venue by 7, I don't know, you had to start getting ready by 4 at the latest. Wow.
I mean, literally.
And wearing chapstick and mascara.
And then you start at 7 and then you're
late to the show.
Yeah, but you're last.
No, hopefully. But the Chicago girls will start at like 7 and then they'll have another show and then they'll have another show and then they'll have another show and then they'll go to Berlin. I barely made it out to the first thing. Like, I don't know where the energy comes from.
I didn't make it out.
I really respect it. I don't know. Maybe it's because we came from Springfield, Missouri, where literally nothing is happening. Like even if you wanted to have a crazy night, you would be lucky if you had something happen. Well, crazy shit did happen, but maybe not always like fun crazy shit.
Very that.
That's what we're going to talk about today. Is drag, where we came from. Our origin stories are, as Daegen can't say the phrase, villain origin story.
Village origin story. Vintage ostracized. Sorry.
Give us a genuine try though. Give us like actually try.
Village.
No, villain. Origin. Story.
Okay,
now put it all together.
Vintage origin story.
Work. Okay.
Village or... Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, Daegen,
villain,
you have been doing drag forever. You're like ancient.
Yeah.
We're both from Southwest Missouri.
Yes. Joplin, Missouri, which was obliterated by a tornado in 2011.
And you'll never let anybody forget about it.
No, that is my...
Whose hand did you shake?
Barack Obama. He came to the university in my hometown, MSSU, Missouri Southern State University.
Worked.
And I remember wearing like a shirt that a friend had given me from Hot Topic, and it had a bunch of like crazy slits in the front, and I got like 115 degree sunburn, and I had the like craziest sunburn like marks all over me from this shirt. But anyway, I got to shake his hand.
Wait, were you wearing that shirt to meet Obama? That's what you had on when you met.
Yeah.
And at the event is where you got the sunburns.
Yeah. So
was
like,
it already
we were waiting
burned?
outside.
Like, was your skin like pink poking through the shirt already?
I mean, yeah, and it was like waiting outside to go inside, and they're like throwing away people's purses and their perfumes and their like Starbucks and like everything,
because it's the president.
Because it's like the president, and he had a very weak handshake.
Oh, I'm surprised to hear that because he has such a strong voice.
Yeah. And the Westboro Baptist Church was there, and they were like,
to protest Obama or to protest just the hurricane,
the tornado
in general.
They were like, oh, the tornado happened because there's so many gay people here.
Which there aren't.
No, they all died in the tornado.
Yes.
My high school principal's stepson is like almost 50-year-old drag queen from
not the age,
my
not
hometown.
pulling the age out. Okay, so when did you start drag? Paint the picture. What was the culture like?
It was like Sharon's season, Raja's like what did Raja win before Sharon?
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to see Redacted Sharon at my aunt would take me up there, and I like basically got scouted.
So it's 2013. Yeah. You're what, in high school?
Yeah. So I graduated like May of 2013.
Okay.
So
like this is around the time that you graduated.
Yeah.
And your aunt takes you an hour away to the closest actual gay bar that there is. And you watch drag. You're not doing drag. You're just
I was
watching.
like watching it, and then I got like scouted by the show director.
Okay, what the show director say?
Oh, baby, you look so good. Are you a real girl?
Okay, you weren't in drag.
Come do drag.
Or were you in drag?
No, I was probably in like fucking who fucking knows what I was wearing. Probably like a flannel with my hair all fucking teased up and tight ass splatter paint skinny jeans.
But
and
she saw the twinkle in
Converse, I guess so. Yeah, because I was also, I was like a show choir girly, and like I loved performing. And
yeah.
Like when the drag shows ended, you could dance on the stage, this big ass stage. So I would get up
the stage turns into the dance floor.
Yeah, and I would get up there and basically perform. I was like kind of on the brink of discovering my transness was going to this bar, and like when I got asked to perform and then seeing people with their titties done, but like they had balls popping out of their panties. And I was like, oh, word.
Were you like, that's me?
And I was like, yeah, it's me. Hi, I'm the T-word. It's me. When I started performing and everything, like people were like, oh, you're literally a woman. Like, yeah, you're a woman. Oh, and then
you're like, yes, that's what I am.
Yeah. And
so was it trans women? Was it gay drag queens? Like who?
It was a combination.
It was just being in the environment.
Yes.
So
just like several different queer people.
Was there a moment, or was it like gradual?
It was just more. Yeah, I think it was just more or less gradual. And then it wasn't like I woke up and oh my God, this is me. No, it wasn't that. It was okay. This makes sense. This is who I am. And that's the thing too. Like, I feel like even publicly, like a social transition, I feel like that happened as I had,
when you
moved out.
When you left like Joplin, Carthage area,
like
and you
when
moved
I was
to Springfield.
Yeah. So when I had graduated high school, like it was kind of like my social transition began, where I was just being affirmed, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm a woman.
Take us from that first night that the show director is like, oh, you have to be in a show, baby.
Right.
And take us to that first show.
So shout out to my Aunt Rhonda. Love my Aunt Rhonda so much. Literally my number one fan.
And I'm her number one fan.
Oh yeah. I remember my first number I did was Call Me Maybe.
Work.
And I put my hair up in like a messy bun.
So this was no wig. Your hair was out.
No wig, but I had like clip-ins wrapped. So I made some like big crazy bun on my head, and I wore a skirt as like a sleeveless dress. I just like pulled it up and then belted it.
Drag.
And then I had gotten the tallest, fucking skinniest, skimpiest, crazy ass nude pumps. And was like rolling my ankle the whole number. There was a pole at the time, like a stripper pole on the fucking stage at the bar.
Were you giving stripper choreography?
Trying to fucking throw myself around this fucking pole. And I remember I only
Had you ever been on a stripper pole before?
No.
But you were going to try.
I'd been on a stop sign pole.
Right.
I'd been
You'd worked a pole before.
Waiting for the bus sign at the high school, and they tried to find me.
What were the feelings? Okay, so like you had done show choir, so you were no stranger to shows.
Right. I feel like I definitely remember feeling anxious and not in a bad way, like kind of just like butterflies, like, yeah, kind of like good vibes. And also I felt like a diamond in the rough. You
walked in and you said, this is my debut night, but I'm the star of the night. Yeah. You already felt that.
And like from the beginning, it was chaotic. Like my name was not my name. Like I was being
What'd you get called?
Announced. Kagan
Michaels.
Right. I made like $1 my first time performing, which whatever.
Bar, no one ever tips at that bar.
No, nobody ever tips at this bar.
As a lot of bars and cities are. The dressing room is the like shitty cellar basement, right?
Literally.
Which it's not different.
Dungeon.
Right. And it's not a nice area, but it's not that's most bars that have a dressing room that's more than a broom closet. It's a shitty cellar basement. When you walked down into this dressing room, what was the vibe? What kind of performers were there? How did they react to you?
I guess you could say like kind of at that time, this is literally 10 years ago, like 10 plus years ago now.
2013.
So like, and I was going there before then.
Okay.
So like, I just remember going down in the dressing room, and it was like all the girls and there were boys and there were other people that,
all the above, as there are at most venues.
And I don't know, it was crowded, but like, all the girls would paint at the bar.
Okay.
And like get ready at the bar and do their hair at the bar.
Was there still like old school drag?
Yes, it was that's the thing. It was very old school. So like, that's me. Like I have a lot of like old school influence, like, or I guess you could say like pageant influence, which I don't know, like the drag delusion, like
the beige rainbow, like the loaf hair, the black spray, the like, a shoe that you can dance in,
and just very like catty. Everyone would reading
each other.
Like it was,
it's a way to like show respect and love.
Yes.
Even when I started drag queens were way cattier, and now I hate to say it, but I think drag queens are too nice nowadays.
That's
like
valid.
There aren't enough like calculated remarks and backhanded compliments.
Like I'm not a bully. I'm just a cunt.
It's just not. I mean, I got read for years, like by Daegen Michelle herself. And what I love about the delusion of drag is that a lot of times you will take the reads and you'll laugh about it because you don't even really like take it that seriously. And then you'll look back at those pictures and you'll remember what the girls were reading you for.
Oh yeah.
And you'll be like, oh, so everyone else could see what I was except for me.
Yeah.
But now you're just going to have to look back at your pictures and say, oh, damn, nobody fucking told me that my wig was slipping back.
Oh,
and
literally.
I wasn't wearing enough fucking makeup.
Literally, makeup is... There really are people that don't wear enough makeup, and I can't think of one person per se, but like I very much am a makeup girly. Even if I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, I'm still doesn't look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup. I'm still wearing a lot of makeup.
It's just nude colors,
and that's the thing. I just like if anything, like if your makeup's bad, just put more on and like play with it. Just play with it. Have fun. Keep putting it on. Put on more. And also, like, you don't have to necessarily like blend as much. Like you can blend,
right? Which we can tell that you don't. You're not a big fan of blending.
Definitely. But there is such a thing as like over blending.
Definitely. Well, yeah, and it's just muddy.
Like taking it away. Like, why would you do that?
So, how did the girls make you feel when you walked into the dressing room?
They were like, "Who is this cis teenage girl that's down in this dressing room?
Right?
Why the fuck is she down here?" And then I opened my mouth and things changed quickly.
And they said, "That's not a cis teenage girl.
That is not a cis teenage girl. That is a cis teenage woman. She's
a lady.
She's a lady. She smoked a few packs of cigarettes
already.
Some of these people were like already in their 30s and like 40s. So we were obviously all from similar walks of life, like coming from surrounding rural areas.
Queer.
Yeah, being queer. So I feel like a lot of people, upon meeting me, like a lot of people have been intimidated. And even when I was younger, yeah, I guess I've had to accept that in the past.
So that transferred. So these grown ass bitches were intimidated by you.
They were intimidated by me, and
you have the biggest energy of all time. Oh
no, definitely. And that also it's not all mine to carry. I'm like, yeah, if you're intimidated, then that's fully on you. For a reason. No, yeah. Like work. And the thing is too, is I think that just made me grow even faster in establishing myself. Okay. And I had like I guess you could say friends. And like there were, as in any community, there's cliques, and I had my my cliques. But also I've always been. So you quickly like melded into the community, made friends, became one of the girls. I'm very much a mover and a shaker too. Yes, definitely. First drag show, you do Call Me Maybe. You wear a skirt as a strapless dress. Yes. You slay. Kagan Michaels makes a name for herself. Eventually people learn what your real name is. Megan. So let's go Peebles. Let's go to like 2016, right? So you've been doing drag for like 3 years. Yeah, it was like weird. I would get put in like, oh, we can put you in a tip spot, or like, here's a Thursday, or like there were still lots of old school girls working at the time. Like, come do this random production number, and oh, here's this, or like, did you do benefits? Did you ever do a benefit? I think I did like one benefit, and I had like a few girls from hair school, because the whole reason I moved to this city was So you moved. So between 2013 drag, and 2016, you moved. I was like doing to Springfield. Yes, I got acquainted with this city because of drag, and then also I was like, okay. How long did it take for you to move to Springfield? That would have been like that summer, and then I would have moved like that fall. So it happened quick. So you moved all within like 2013. Yes. You made your life in Springfield. Yeah. So I'm like in hair school. There's like girls coming to the bar, that like one of them was like middle-aged, had money. I remember her, she was like tipping me down at this benefit, and I was just putting it in my fucking bra. I was like, I see 20s. I am not giving this man that is not going to win this pageant. Like, this is for me. Yes, this is mine. She came to support me. This is mine. I'm not getting paid for this. You get the ones, and I'll keep any of the bigger bills. How about this? If you're good, and like you pull a crowd and people are talking shit, that means you're doing something right. So you were controversial is what you're saying. I guess. Yeah, a little bit. There was drama. Literally, I was like the first quote unquote baby queen in this area that like really took that and ran with it. Of the new drag era. Yeah. And no showgirl. You've done show choir. Right. You were the star of your high school show choir. You were, what did everyone know you? What did everyone from the other schools know you as at show choir? The splatter paint pants. You kind of became a staple of the drag scene that I was introduced to, that was separate from like the gay bars in Springfield. We put together the show Get Dusted. Okay. Which wasn't iconic. Which wasn't at like a traditional queer venue. It was in like an alternative, like
at the Outland in
rock
Springfield,
venue.
Missouri.
Yeah.
So that's where I got into drag, was at the Outland at Get Dusted.
That's where Diabetes started drag.
Yeah.
Lex Queen started drag.
So Crystal had this idea for the show, and she scouted you, and she was like, you know, all the gays who come to drag shows. Right. So come and be like
the gays with taste.
So we were
we were the party with taste.
You were added to this concept that Crystal was producing because you knew all the cool people. You were the party girl. You were going to bring the crowd in. Right. What was the experience like of building a show in a conservative city?
I don't know. There wasn't really any structure or planning. It was just like, oh, let's throw this literal trash together and make something work. And it was always people that had never done drag before getting thrown up on stage by Crystal. And we would like do their makeup and pick their songs. And then
you were making new drag performers. You weren't like booking existing performers in the city. It was this is like, not only is it DIY, but we are going to make these drag queens in our own vision.
Which literally pissed people off. Like people are like, because this is so cool. People are coming to this and it's a huge party because it was like imagine like a fucking house show with people that have never done drag before. And it's like crazy as fuck.
Yeah,
and
it was
like,
so cool.
Yeah, they're like walking away with some money for the night. And like everyone's fucked up and like it's fun. Honestly, like a pretty like good atmosphere. I always felt pretty safe. I always felt celebrated. There wasn't really any like drama.
At the time.
It was a culture shock for a lot of people. It was fun. Brought people from all over into this hot, dusty, crusty venue.
It was such a unique just atmosphere in general. And like
such a fun
when I see pictures or when I see someone that I haven't seen since that era, there's just like this feeling.
It was a culture.
Yeah, it really was. It really was like this super microculture in this like Bible Belt conservative Missouri town. And there was just so much love and creativity and drugs and alcohol. But it was one of those things where like it burned so bright. There's no way it could last forever. And
it couldn't last forever. And thanks to COVID, Miss COVIDiana and Miss Drag Race, and Crystal got on TV and got too famous, and then the group broke up, and here we are.
You did Get Dusted. The pandemic happened. Get Dusted ended, and you're like left to pick up the broken pieces of your shattered life.
Up the broken pieces, and where did I turn? TikTok, which is about to be banned. TikTok was something that I did in my spare time during the pandemic when we were quarantined. And I remember taking it seriously, girl. I didn't see my driveway for 2 months. Well, that's bullshit.
You were dancing in the driveway.
Yes, I was dancing in the driveway on TikTok. Yeah, TikTok was really a creative outlet where if I was in drag, I could post, a look.
But you were even doing things like not in drag.
Yeah, like unorthodox.
Just stupid.
Putting a wig on and
just you being you.
And being chaotic. Like, I think of a song. Let me shake my ass to this chorus and
make a face
or like
3 times speed.
Nicki Minaj, I was in that thing.
You were in your mega barb era.
Yes, where I'm so obsessed with Nicki Minaj, but like the Barbs and I
when you had nothing to do in quarantine in the pandemic, you turned to Nicki Minaj.
And I was ordering those synthetic wigs.
Well, you never stopped ordering the synthetic wigs.
What's your name, B.O.B.? So they calling you Bob. Yeah, the TikTok was cool. I made some money off of it, not a lot, like a few $100s. That was cool. The Creator Fund's a scam.
Okay, get him, girl. Okay, you said, let me burn that bridge.
Right. But no, it was cool. TikTok was fun.
I remember for the longest time, I thought TikTok was stupid. And I'm talking years. Like there were years. Yeah. It was like years where I didn't download it. And then finally, a friend of mine had just kept sending me TikToks.
Names? Who was it?
My friend Oliver's. And I would have to like click the link. And then
I was anti-TikTok.
It would open in a fucking, like in the browser on your phone. And finally I was like, okay, this is so fucking annoying. I'm just gonna download the app. So I downloaded the app, and then things you like try to like orchestrate don't ever go well. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's like what
if I could
the
do
creativity in the moment.
Yeah. If I think about it, it's dumb. But if I just
if you just do
it, then it's
anything you've ever thought about has been really dumb.
No, literally.
Here we are now. You're in Chicago.
Yeah.
You have performed 1.5 times.
Yes.
But like what's for you and drag? What's your vision for yourself?
If I could do like whatever I wanted with drag, I don't know. I think it'd be fun to like, why not go out and harass people on the streets like that Billy Eichner dude.
You want to be a content girl.
Yeah. Okay, let's go into Sephora and get shade matched while I have all this fucking makeup on already.
Yeah.
Or like, okay, yeah, let's go get a bucket of chicken at Popeyes.
So you want to transition? You want to have your second?
Yeah, I want to transition my second
into a online girl. Online girl.
Megan Stalter Michelle.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I see that. I really do see that for you. When Daegen gets booked at a drag show, what do you want to be doing? Do you want to be doing original?
Oh, the Beyonce Dubai concert, like the little kitten heel. I just had foot surgery. Okay. Like I'm barely doing anything.
But people are going up. People are going up.
And I have like 500 backup dancers.
Yeah, no one else has ever been paid as much as you.
Literally.
And you're giving.
Yeah. I see auto tune in my future.
Oh yeah, for
maybe
sure.
FFS.
So I see that you're like the star who like part of what you're giving is that you're not giving.
A star is corn.
You're just beautiful. A star is corn.
A star is corn.
Right.
It's got the juice. It's got the knobs or whatever it says.
You eat a lot of corn. I feel like.
I mean, not really.
A lot of yellow foods.
You eat too much yellow foods.
Excuse me. Well, Daegen, I think it was a lot of fun to recount all of the stories that I've heard. Yeah, are you bored of yourself? Are you over it?
I'm tired.
Yeah. It was so much fun to hear all the stories I've already heard a million times about you. I'm so excited to be doing this with you.
Same.
Tune in for our next episode. We're going to talk about my village origin story.
Yeah,
how I became a drag queen. How Daegen played a role in me becoming a drag queen.
The abortion failed.
The abortion was a failure.
The abortion that lived, Jimmy Auntie.
Right, Auntie. Don't spread misinformation. And Daegen, where can we follow you on socials?
The balloon in the sky that China sent.
Shut the fuck. I don't know when this is going to be released, so that may be so far. Like, if the balloon from China is completely out of date, pretend like no, it wasn't. What are your social handles?
You can find me at Daegen Michelle on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Spell that for people. People don't know how to spell.
DaegenMichelle.
You don't know how to spell.
DaegenMichelle. And this ugly bitch, Jimmy Anti, JIMMYANTI.
She's got it. Yeah, make sure to follow me.
Make sure to unfollow me. Get me to. I'm at 11.1K. Get me to 11K.
Please do.
Please.
We will see you next week. And for
That's
now,
optimistic.
bye.
Bye. Sexual pride.